I think. Maybe all of this sodium comes from vaporized meteors that vaporize when they hit the atmosphere, and that sodium stays in the atmosphere, and you have this very high up in the atmosphere band of sodium. And this is actually really useful for us. We use this with telescopes to create artificial stars. We'll shine a laser at the specific wavelength that excites these sodium ions, and that will create a little dot in the sky that we can then use to see how much the atmosphere is like wiggling that particular dot. We can actually do this with bright enough stars anywhere. We can use that star to figure out what the atmosphere is doing and then change your telescope settings to make it so that it corrects for the movement of the atmosphere. But there's not bright enough stars everywhere. So we use the sodium line to create a fake star by shining a laser at it. And it's at the very top of the atmosphere, so you get almost all of the effects of the atmosphere. The only other thing I wanted to say about this image, and I know I've said a lot about it already, as I said, picture's worth 1,000 words, and then I have a question for people I don't know the answer to. First, though, there's this smudge here, this in the very middle, that is glare from the window that Reed Weissman is shooting this through. So there's a light behind him and the camera's picking up that light. And there's actually ways to compensate for this, which we will see later. And then the question I have for people is, what is this glow down here? So this to me could be a few different things. So obviously this there's like a bright piece of the earth here, and that might be a camera artifact, but I don't think it is. So the two things I think it might be are, one, a piece of the corona. Like we might actually be seeing like some of the sun's corona. The sun is closer to that side of the earth. I think the corona is extending in that direction toward Venus right now, but that would have to be picking up a really faint corona, so I'm not sure about that, but maybe. And then the other thing it might be is what's called zodiacal light, where there's actually like a little bit of, there's stuff in space. There's a little bit of stuff in space, and the sun's actually lighting up that dust and gas in space.